street food.
We're wrapping up in Lanzhou today, and I've got a ton of stuff to show you, street foodies. These are my friends Jade, Megan, and Carolyn. Now, they told me we could ride a Lamb Skin Raft down the Yellow River. So I heard that, and I'm thinking, cool. Then I got there and saw this. When they say you can ride a lamb skin raft down the Yellow River, what they mean is you clean out a lamb skin and sew it up and tie it off, and then you inflate it with air like a lamb-shaped bicycle tire, and then you put a lot of those together and you float down the river on it. That's awesome. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. Our raft dude was legit, giving those junks one last pump before the ride. Apparently this is how they used to do it back in the day. Like, they would ride these rafts into battle, and when the enemy saw you riding in on a bunch of headless floating lambs, I imagine he would lose heart and just surrender. Because, I mean, that's what I would do. We took a ride and it was awesome. The Yellow River in Lanzhou is pretty famously filthy. Like I said, it runs right down the middle of the city. Megan and Jade used to live in Xian, so I asked them about the transition to Lanzhou.
We've made the transition from a really congested city. Xian has like 8 million people, right? And then Lanzhou has 3 million, right? And so we've just like, we've felt that there's like less traffic.
It's not, I mean, there's still things about Xian that I enjoy and miss.
Sure.
But it's been good to be here.
It's kind of like charming in its own way. Like, it's not the prettiest place, but I like it.
Okay.
It's got like charm.
Lanzhou has a pretty sweet terrain, lots of hills and mountains. It makes for a pretty steep walk every now and then. My other friends, Trisha, Terry, and Vi, took me to a night market near the school where they work. They had some awesome food carts. Lamb was heavily featured. Here's what I tried first. Lamb's intestine and lamb sausage made the old-fashioned way. Now, I was expecting to hate the intestines and sort of hate the sausage. In fact, the intestines were not horrible. They were stuffed with something kind of spongy, starchy.
It's actually not bad.
We all tried them and they weren't that bad. I mean, I didn't finish them. The sausage, though,
I am not sure that is cooked all the way through.
it was quite mushy and a little bit cold on the inside. I mean, I survived. I guess it's supposed to taste that way, but I also had some yang pai. It's a lamb rib on a skewer. It was spiced really well. It was really peppery, but it was also pretty much covered in fat. Not like the melt in your mouth kind of fat, but the gristle you have to chew through is not that good. But here is the signature dish from this Lanzhou street market.
Lao Zao.
This is like a soup. Actually, they use this flavor in other stuff too, like drinks. It's a milk-based broth with a bunch of odd ingredients that don't seem like they would fit together. There's some peanut, there's some raisins, there's some egg, there's black and white sesame seeds, and the mixture is somehow fermented. It smells a lot like rice wine, and it has a pretty sweet taste, but then it also has that mildly alcoholic fermented taste. I think it's probably an acquired taste, but I really enjoyed it. There's about 4 carts on this street that sell Lao Zao, but the main cart belongs to this one old guy. There was a line about 30 people deep. They were waiting definitely longer than half an hour to try his version of the dish. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to wait for the master, but next time, friends. I like the food and I like the diversity in Lanzhou. I like the mountains, I like the headless lambskin rafts. I will definitely be back. Remember, next week is viewer mail. Leave a Dear Street Food question. I'll see about answering it in my episode next week. Until then, eat it on the street. Watch out for the parasites.
Street food. This episode apparently was broadcast from heaven. Sorry about that exposure. Go to streetfoodinternational.com if you want to leave a Dear Street Food question. I've got a link in the description to the blog post. It's called Viewer Mail. Leave a question there and I'll see if I can answer it next week.